stuff coming our way. So we'll have to wait and see. It's still kind of early in the forecast, so I would like a little snow on Christmas, but not enough so that people can't go and visit with family and friends. That would be sad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take there's two stamps that kind of look like nachos or tortillas, and I'm just going to put them on one block. All right. I don't really care how they go on there. And I'm going to take our Mento Tuxedo Black. All right. And be sure to leave a comment or a like, because I will go ahead and do another drawing, and some lucky winner will get both of these cards next week. Maureen Keeler won the cards from last week. I'm going to stick this under my paper because I am actually going to be stamping off on some of it. Don't want to get it on my pad. So I'm just going to twist this kind of all different crazy ways and just kind of get my nachos on here. It doesn't have to be perfect, because remember, we're going to cover some of it with those strips of paper. So I'm just going to get some nachos on there. Ooh, that was off. That's okay. That worked out. Let's go this way. A couple more here. Let's see. There. Maybe there. Maybe I'll put like, I don't know, another one up there. Okay. So that's pretty good. So now what I want to do is I have these are just really scrap strips. I have 2 strips of garden green. I'm sorry, not garden green, old olive. A strip of Daffodil Delight and a strip of Real Red. So what I'm going to do is I am just going to put some Stampin' Seal. This is a new one. I just started this one. I'm just going to kind of put it, maybe, if it's going to go, kind of on my card front. And the reason I'm putting it on my card front as opposed to on my strips is because I am going to trim off whatever I don't use. So I'm just going to kind of put that one on there. And I want to make sure that my edges overhang my card, because I'm going to trim those off. Okay, and it doesn't really matter how you put them on. Yellow, green, yellow, red, whatever. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and put these on here. This one could come up just maybe. This one's almost a little bit too short. Okay, let's try this one. And you want to put them up really close to one another. Okay. So I made these about 5.5 inches long, but even so, sometimes because they're on an angle, you have to be careful. I wasn't paying attention to where I was putting this one. So let me make sure that I've got that on there the right way. There we go. Okay, and then I'm going to put another strip down here. I'm going to put our green back on there. Okay. And that is going to do it for our card front. Okay. All right. There we go. All right. So now I have these are overhanging it. So now I definitely want to trim those. Somewhere I had my scissor. There it is. So I'm just going to come in here with my paper snips, and I'm just going to trim off the excess. Now the reason I kind of wanted to have the glue on the card front was that it wouldn't get on my strips and stick to my scissor, kind of like these are. All right, I'm going to go here. So this one I'm going to have to trim off the side and the bottom. Okay, I'm just going to trim these off just like that. Okay, I didn't want that to happen, but sometimes it does. Okay, so now we have our paper strips trimmed. And if you want to go back and add a little bit of liquid glue to kind of make it stick down more, now is the time to kind of do it. I'm going to just put a little bit in there. Okay. Okay, now I think this is our Label Me Lovely punch. And I'm going to stamp in there. And again, I'm going to put 2 stamps on one block. I can find the right size block. I don't know where it went to. It was over here somewhere. There, I guess this one will work for now. So I'm going to put on the little bowl of guacamole and the holy guacamole, it's your birthday. Okay. We're going to put both of these on one. And we're going to put them sort of close together because that little label, we want to make sure that it fits on both of them. So again, we're just going to stamp this in our tuxedo black. Okay, Memento tuxedo black. Let me flip that over. Okay, and I'm just going to stamp that right there. All right. Now, the other thing that I want to do, this is optional, but you can certainly take your Stampin' Write marker or your Stampin' Blends and just give that guacamole a little bit of color. You don't have to. You can leave it just stamped as it is, but I just thought it would be fun to add just a teeny bit of color to our guacamole. So, and, any color green will work if you wanted to do granny apple green, or I don't know, I wouldn't go too dark, pear pizzazz, or I wouldn't do like evening evergreen. That would be really dark. I don't think guacamole is quite that dark. You could do soft succulent. I mean, there's a whole bunch of ones that you can do. All right, so the other thing we want to do is we want to stamp on the inside. We've got these fun little party like confetti candy wrapper type things. Okay, and we're just going to stamp these. I'm going to put maybe one up here. Okay, and then I'm going to twist it around and maybe put one down here. All right, so perfect. And then I need to get my big stamp back. Hang on. And then we're going to put Spectacular, because we're saying holy guacamole, it's your birthday. And then we want to stamp Spectacular. Okay, so there we go. All right, not too shabby. All right, then we have our little holy guacamole statement here. I've got a piece of this is a retired ribbon, but it is our sheer red. I just wanted to add a little tiny piece of ribbon, and I'm just going to fold it over like this, and I'm going to add just a little bit of adhesive back here. Okay, and I want just a little bit of those tails to kind of peek through, just like that. And we can trim them up if we think they're too long. Then we're going to take some of our dimensionals and we're going to put them on the back. Okay, and I think I'm going to put like kind of one in the middle to kind of help hold that ribbon too. So tag a friend who might want to see this new stamp set. It's so much fun. This way, if you tag them, you can make sure that they're going to see it. Okay, so we're going to put that kind of right up there. Okay, I don't think I'm going to trim it. I think I kind of like that. And then I just added some of our red rhinestone gems just to, again, give it a little bit of pizzazz. So I'm just going to take and put like, I don't know, 3 of these on. It doesn't really matter. Like, just put them wherever you think you want them. It doesn't really, there's no right or wrong way. And that is our simple stamping card. So really, we didn't do anything more than just kind of stamp our own background, add some scraps of paper to give it a little bit of a focal point, and you have a great birthday card, suitable really for anyone, kids, guys, gals, whatever. Because I know a lot of you, like me, you struggle with making those cards for guys. So this is a perfect card for a guy, not too feminine. So I think this is a good one. Let me know what you think. So that was our first one. Let me clean off some of our stamps. I think we might use some of these again. I don't know. No, I guess we don't. We have all different ones for the next card. I was just trying to use all of them between yesterday and today. I had so much fun playing with this set. I couldn't wait to get it. So if you're watching, I see we have one person. Go ahead, let me know where you're watching from. This is just such a fun set. I hope you like it. And yesterday we had Tuesday, though. We had Taco Tuesday after I was playing with the stamp set all day. I was like, kind of feel like having tacos. And I tried I've been hearing so much about Epicure. So for me, I tried their taco mix and their guacamole mix. It was really pretty good. I was pretty excited what I found. I went to a craft fair and I saw a vendor there. So I got to meet her and I got to try some. We also tried the crispy, crunchy coating last night on chicken. It was really good, like really good. So, all right. So for our next card, we've got a base of Daffodil Delight. Again, it's our standard base, 8.5, 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I took another piece of Daffodil Delight and I ran it through our embossing folder with our brick embossing folder. I just wanted to give it just a little bit of texture because we're really not going to do too much. We've got all of our layering dioramas, and we're just going to kind of layer these up. Now, the green one doesn't layer up exactly. It's sort of the same, but it's a little bit different. So before we get started, let's go ahead and we're going to stamp on the inside. I'm going to stamp the large and small chili pepper. These are so cute. And again, I just kind of put them kind of like how I thought I wanted them. Again, putting them all on one block. Okay. If you're wondering why I have washi tape, when I take my blocks to an event, I put washi tape on so I can know quickly which ones are mine. So I took these with me to on stage and I just never took the washi tape off. But it's fine. All right, so now we want to color these. So I have here our Poppy Parade Stampin' Blend. So I'm just going to color these real quick. I just like to always kind of decorate the inside of my card. I think it's just fun to do. And I love our Stampin' Blends because they really color very quickly. I hope I'm on camera and then you can all see what I'm doing here. But they do. They color quickly. And they really give you a good color. And you can, shading with them. So I like them. Now, this is the light. I did light Poppy Parade. And don't forget, we have our free shipping going today. So if you need Stampin' Blends, if you need paper, adhesive, this is a good time to stock up. I stocked up today on some items for my January workshop. And also I needed envelopes. I needed some refills for my adhesive. So I certainly took advantage of that free shipping today. All right, so now I'm going to color in. I do have Evening Evergreen. I'm going to color these stems in a little bit darker. I wanted to give it that real distinction. Okay. And now what I also want to do is I waited until after I had colored it. Yikes. But I'm going to stamp a fun little face on here. We're going to stamp the smiley winky face. Okay. So we've got that. Now we're going to stamp on our diorama. We're going to stamp our chili peppers again. I love our chili peppers. Okay. I'm going to stamp them right there. I'm going to stamp an avocado on here. We will color these. Okay, we're going to give him a sombrero. Let's give him a sombrero. How fun is this little sombrero? Isn't this adorable? Okay, so we're going to just maybe put it right there on a jaunty little angle. And then we're going to give him the mustache face. Then you could do this before or after you color. And then we're going to give our chili pepper the smiley face. The winky smiley face again. Okay. And then we're going to stamp one more thing. You spice up my life. If I can find it. Nope, that's not it. Where is that? Oh, here it is. It's hard to read these things upside down sometimes. So I'm going to just put on there with my other ones, and I'm just going to stamp it on a piece. Again, a scrap of Whisper White. Use up those scraps. You spice up my life. Okay. All right. That is it for our stamping. Let me close that up. Okay. I'm going to put that off to the side for now. So let's go ahead and color this. Again, we're going to color our chili peppers with our Poppy Parade. And I guess I could have done one in maybe green for a jalapeno, but I guess I thought more of chili peppers. So, which I guess jalapeno could be a chili pepper. I don't know. But I was thinking of like red hot chili peppers. So that's why we went with the Poppy Parade. Probably even gone deeper. I probably could have even done real red, but I don't know. I thought that might be a little too dark. So I decided to stick with the Poppy Parade. Okay. So now we've got that. I like it because you can just take that little tip, and I'm going to do the bottom brim of the sombrero in our Poppy Parade. Okay. All right. I'm going to, again, do our chili peppers with the Evening Evergreen for their little stem. And there's not much on the little one. It's really tiny. But we still can get just a little tiny bit of color in there. All right. Now we're going to take our, what is this? I think this is Old Olive. This is Old Olive. Old Olive Light. And this is my Stampin' blend as opposed to my Stampin' Write marker that I used last time. Okay. And I am going to use this for the outside here. Okay. And I'm using kind of the fine tip point, not the brush point for here. All right. And then I'm going to come back in here with, I think I might have done this wrong. I think I kind of wanted to do it. I kind of wanted to do it in the soft succulent. Let's go see if I can go back over that. That's good because I wanted the outer rind to be a little bit darker than the inside. So that's perfect. That'll be perfect. See? Doesn't really matter. You can just color it over it. There you go. No mistakes in stamping. You can fix everything. All right, then we're going to take our inside. We're going to color the inside of our avocado with our Old Olive, which is, this is another one I'm going to need to replace. It's drying up. I mean, I've had them for a couple of years, so I'm not surprised that they're starting to dry up. I just ordered a new pair of soft suede Stampin' blends. So I think next go around, it's going to be Daffodil Delight and Old Olive that are going to get replaced. All right, and then for our inside, for that big old pit, I have crumb cake. Okay. This was our dark crumb cake. And then for the top of my sombrero, I have light Daffodil Delight. So we're trying to keep everything kind of in the colors that we're using on our card. Yeah, see, this one needs to be replaced too. It's okay. All right. So we've got everything that we're going to stamp. Now we're ready to assemble our card. So I'm going to trim up my little sentiment, and I'm going to add it to, I have another, like again, just another scrap of Poppy Parade. I want to add that just to back it, to make it a little bit more fancy. Kind of, it will pop up more on the yellow background. All right, so we've got that. So remember, go ahead, leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're watching on replay, let me know where you're coming in from. Tag a friend. You might want to see this, you know. And if you haven't signed up for my mailing list, be sure to sign up, because I always send out tutorials and special offers. So make sure you're on my mailing list. All right. Here we go. Here we go. And I don't see any comments pop up. All Oh, haha, that's the one that's finished. We don't want that one. So let's put our inside in. Okay, there we go. Got that. How cute are those little chili peppers? Aren't they fun? All right, we're going to add our, now for this one, I'm going to use a little bit of liquid glue because I find sometimes the Stampin' Seal kind of tears up the back of embossed pieces. So I find liquid glue just works a little bit better. I'm getting some more liquid glue. All right. Sometimes when I'm doing like a color on a color, like a yellow on a yellow, I like to just emboss it just to give it that little bit of texture so that it just kind of makes it a little bit more interesting, visually interesting. All right, so the next thing I want to do is one more thing is I'm going to add just a little bit of color. I want to like distress around the edges of this green. So I've got a dauber here. I'm going to take a little bit of our soft suede and I'm just going to add just a tiny little bit of color to the edge, just to kind of give it a little bit of a distressed look. Okay, just add a touch of color. Again, and here's what I like to say, if you don't have daubers, you can always kind of just dip the edges in the ink pad, kind of just like that. And we'll also get ink on the edges. It's harder to do on something like this where it's all, you know, rounded and odd shape. But if you have straight edges or even just like a solid circle where you can just kind of roll it, that's another easy way to add color to your edge if you don't have daubers. So just a little tip. All right, so now we're ready. So I'm going to layer up my white, my basic white, my Poppy Parade, and these two fit really well together. It comes as you go out with the dioramas. They don't quite fit as well, but they do layer. So now this one sort of goes like this. It looks like it doesn't really go because the edges get a little bit more exaggerated, but trust me, they're supposed to be layering. So if you like things to be exact, this may not be the look that you're going to like. But here we have that. I'm going to add some dimensionals. Those are my minis. Where are my full ones? Here we go. And I'm just going to add some of these. So now I did pre-cut all of these just because I don't like to take the time on these lives to do the die cutting. If you want to know how to die cutting, I can certainly come on and just do a demo on how to die cut. So if you want to see that, please leave me a comment. We can do die cutting and we can do dry embossing. All right, again, I'm going to add some dimensionals to the back of my sentiment. We're just going to put that down here. Spice up my life. And then I have these from the Use of Happiness. And I'm going to use the Daffodil Delight ones. And just, if I can get them off. I can't get them off. So sometimes it may not come with a particular product suite, but you can always adapt them. I figured they were yellow. They were the Daffodil Delight. They would work. And they're going to add just a touch of color. Now, the other thing, if you really want, is you can take a wink of Stella and you can just kind of brush it over if you want to add a little bit of sparkle. We can add it to sombrero. Maybe we'll add it to little baby chili pepper. Okay, but those are some more things that you can do to sort of elevate it. Now, if you'll notice, of course, I can't find it now. In this one, I added wink of Stella to, like, I'm calling that a piñata, I guess. And I added it to just a few of the background cactus that we stamped on there. And then, of course, I did it to the hat and the mustache on the inside. So you can just kind of use wink of Stella strategically to kind of add a little bit more of an embellishment to your card. But those are our two cards for tonight. I hope you like them. I hope you'll consider getting our Taco Fiesta set when it's available starting January 5th. It really is a really fun set. It just makes me smile when I'm working with it. So I hope you liked it as much as I do. And make sure that you leave a comment, like this post, tag your friends, because I will do a raffle on Monday. I will put everybody's name. We'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's going to get these 2 cards. So that's it for me, everyone. Have a lovely evening. Enjoy the rest of your week. I hope you have a great weekend, and I'll see you here next Thursday. Bye now.